And welcome back to the Johannesburg CBD here on the Full View, and still continuing our coverage this evening as firefighters still try to dampen this blaze that's taken over practically the Bank of Lisbon building, and they are tired. I can tell you this, the bus behind me, you have tired firefighters in there trying to regain their energy before they tackle another round of trying to douse these flames. Well, if you can see behind me as well, we have union representatives from Nahawu and the PSA, and I'll be speaking to them shortly. But first, we're going to speak to some of the students. As we told you earlier, they of course from a building adjacent to the building that caught fire, and they have been displaced. So they are sitting out in front of the Johannesburg Library with their luggage. Jillian Pillay, our reporter, is over there with the students. So we're going to cross to Jillian, and then we'll come back to have a conversation with the unions to get their view on what's happening here. Over to you, Jillian.
A very good evening to you. Thank you there, Sakina. You know, this disaster has had many faces. In the last few hours, we've seen a large student body being evacuated from an accommodation that's adjacent to the building that's burnt. And as you can see, and I'll step out of screen now, a lot of them just waiting for some word to find out what will be the way forward. We do understand that at 10 o'clock tonight, they will know whether they will be relocated to the military base in Pretoria, or whether they will be allowed to return to the building where they have been accommodated. But it's been a very, very stressful week for most of them. A lot of practicals, a lot of exams have been taking place. So we're just going to get a sense from some of them, just about some of the stresses. It's been a very stressful day for most of you. You've been out here since 5 o'clock. What is going through your mind right now?
Yeah, we're stressed, we're really worried because we have to write tomorrow at 2 p.m. So we don't know what's going to happen because we haven't got enough time to study. Because we're writing at 2 p.m. and we have to go back. So they told us that by 10 p.m. they will tell us the final decision. If we're going to Pretoria, we're going back to the building. So we're just waiting on them. But I don't think you can write because we're stressed out because of what happened yesterday. We're still traumatized and stuff.
When you say you're still traumatized,
yeah,
just give us a sense of that trauma, that ordeal. What did you see yesterday?
I didn't see the man falling down from the building, but I saw him on the floor. So the image is still in my mind. When I'm trying to sleep, it appears. So when you're trying to study, that's the only thing that's in my mind right now.
So what happens if you aren't able to write exams tomorrow? If you can't go back into the building because it's not really safe?
Oh, yesterday we spoke to one of our committee members. He told us that maybe they will arrange special exams for us. We're not sure about that. He said we'll talk to our faculty in UJ. Yeah.
But you are not the only one that's really stressed out. We have other students here, and we're just going to move, just talking to a few of them. What were you meant to? Were you writing in exams tomorrow, and what is that?
Yes, we are writing tomorrow around 2 p.m. So we don't have time to study even now. And even last night, we didn't have time to study. Even slept around 3 a.m. So it's been tiring. All this, we've been evacuated for like 2 times today. So I don't know what's going to happen because they even told us that they are waiting for a call from the people who are telling us what to do. So I think we will go to Pretoria or go back to us. At least they have given us feedback about the letters if I send them to UJ about the people who are writing tomorrow. So at least we'll have something because we cannot write tomorrow. We don't have time, even now. We don't have time to study.
You grabbed just the bare essentials. What did you manage to grab when you were made to evacuate the building?
We took mostly laptops, phones, feet clothes that we're gonna wear tomorrow. If ever it happens that we go to Pretoria.
So what is going through your mind right now? How are you feeling?
Right now I don't feel safe where I am because there's been like two students there who were marked. They took their phones. So I don't know. I'm really like stressed out and I'm so tired. Even drinking energy drink right now. So I need time to study. Maybe if ever we're not going to Pretoria, then maybe later I'll be able to study. So I'm really stressed out and traumatized about what happened.
We're just going to give you guys a sense. So as you can see here, there's a lot of luggage, a lot of them just in limbo, a lot of them just trying to keep warm. With the dark comes the cold, a lot of uncertainty. A little distance from here, a few of them have just kept themselves occupied, just with some music, just entertaining themselves to pass time. A lot of them are just, just hanging out so the time could pass. We heard there about the mugging, and I think that's why they're all just staying together. And just to give us a sense of what the conversations have been with the university, I'm joined by Donald Sibanyoni, who is a representative at the City Waldorf accommodation unit there. What has been your talks with the university around the accommodation with students who have been accommodated there?
Okay, thank you so much. The communication that we received from our management was that firstly they have informed the university of what is happening this side, and the university has structures like psyche that are there to assist students with trauma and when such instances happen. So the communication that we received is that the management has communicated this matter to the University of Johannesburg.
You've been in quite a few talks with the students who are here. You've been keeping them updated. We've saw that you spoke to them at 5 o'clock, taking down names. There's been a lot of keeping them on par of every step of what's likely to happen. They have come to you with a lot of frustrations.
Yes, students are very traumatized and they are worried of what is happening in this side. Some of them are very finding it difficult to cope with their academics because they've got tests and submissions due tomorrow, and some of them will due today. So they are really finding it difficult, and it's not an easy process to go through it now. But as the house committee together with the management, we are going to let the university know that academics of students were somehow interrupted because of the restlessness of what has been happening here.
What is the next step now? At 10 o'clock, we wait to hear whether the relocation happens or whether the students will return to the building.
Yes, in the meeting with the Premier of Gauteng, the management informed us that by 10 p.m. this evening we will receive a confirmation of whether we can leave our res to Pretoria or we can get back to our res, because they are still going to examine the building that has been burnt and also our building, whether is it safe for us to get in there.
That was Donald Sibanyoni giving us a sense just of what is likely to happen from 10 o'clock onwards. We will wait for some sort of headway from him to know whether students will return to the building